it's easy for Christians and people in, religious circles to compare outward things, right? So like, oh, like I'm doing more, so like, I trust. God more with my finances.
Mm,
Like these Pharisees were giving so much more than she was,
yeah.
but she gave everything she had, you
Yeah.
know. So I think like in the process of sanctification, like if all you have is like 2% of your heart spiritually to the Lord, like if you give all of that, then like, he's just that's what he's seeking.
Mhm.
And then I've seen it as like I said, kind of like scientifically, I was like, okay, like let me test these things out. And then when I saw like, oh, like tithing is fruitful, like
Mm.
you trust that more and more and more and more.
So you feel like you've seen the fruits of tithing.
Yeah,
So what would you say to someone out there who has been tithing
yeah,
and they're like, dude, I got no fruits.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, this is crazy.
Somebody that's been tithing already.
Yeah, maybe they're tithing a lot,
Yeah,
and because I think obviously there's a lot of churches that use that
yeah,
as a, I don't want to say a weapon, but
yeah,
just it's not healthy, and there's that Nathan Apfel guy that I sent you guys
hmm
the other day
hmm
who loves to call out churches that are
yeah,
stealing money from their
yeah, yeah.
congregation, and
hmm
so yeah, I mean, I guess what would you say to the person that's tithing and they're like, dude, I got passed up on the promotion.
Yeah,
I'm not getting a raise.
yeah,
I'm not seeing the fruits.
yeah. I would challenge them to do what's uncomfortable.
Mm,
So maybe they're comfortable tithing 10%, and so it's
mm.
like don't tithe,
Yeah, like that doesn't require faith.
or like just don't tithe at all, or tithe more. Like I'm very much like if you're comfortable, you're sinking. So it's like
Mm,
they're like because I think what that sounds like to me is like they need a heart check. They're like they're not doing it for God, they're doing it for the fruit.
mm,
And so for me, like when it came to tithing, I was like deadbeat broke. I had like my cards were like maxed out. Um, and I committed to and I knew that I was like just spending recklessly. I knew I was doing things not the right way. So I
mm.
was like, okay, God, like when I first kind of started this journey, I was like, okay, God, like just like I see that this is something that I should be doing. So like I'm gonna put it in my heart to do it for you. Like
Yeah.
my mind was already twisted with finances. So I gave it to him to kind of like as a starting block. And so like literally if I found $5, I'd be like, what's 10% of five? Tie that to the church, or like even just give it to I started without even giving it to the church. I was giving it to people like homeless people. Like I would literally just put it on like in my dash.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think that built the spiritual like endurance
Yeah. Yeah.
to like where I am now. So like now I'm like I can do more with my 90%. Than
Then you could
with
with a
God.
100.
Yeah, than with 100. So it's honestly like making myself uncomfortable. That's
Yeah.
like been like my motto as a Christian. It's like if you're doing the comfortable things, like you might be going down the path of like a Pharisee.
Mm,
So it's like you might be tithing not to honor God. You might be going to church raising your hands, not to honor God, but to look better. And I've
mm.
fallen victim to that too. So it's not just like oh, like I'm better than other people. Like I've literally been that.